Welcome, humanoids, to another episode of the Two Left Feet. This is a special edition, an absolutely special broadcast here of the Two Left Feet, because we're actually doing an episode, which is a fantastic concept of a weekly sort of podcast where I don't think we've done one since the middle of October. So happy 5-week anniversary since our last episode. Much has happened since now. And the last time we spoke to you, your party has developed, has grown bigger and smaller and has been pulled from side to side. But the most important thing that we could say about your party is that it's conference week. And we're going into conference this Saturday in Liverpool. 2-day conference on Saturday and Sunday, 29th and 30th of November, where the founding conference for your party, or whatever it'll be named after Sunday, will have happened. So possibly by the time you've heard this, it might already have happened, and we'll know the brand new name of what is to become the new party on the left. But before all of that and discussing the budget of yesterday's fantastic budget by Rachel Reeves, and before we talk about all things your party, we must first introduce you here on the 27th of November 2025 to our co-host, the co-host of the most, former councillor, the consigliere of the Two Left Feet. Please welcome everyone, Mr. Jabez Oakes.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm all right.
So it's nice for you to be here?
Yes, because that's how... yeah, this hasn't happened because I'm not here.
Well, I mean, it's not just because you're not here. We've had...
I mean, I'm not here now.
Yeah.
This is AI.
This is AI.
No.
This is AI Oakes.
Yeah, AI, very good.
Yeah, very
good.
We have had some issues over the last few weeks, not necessarily all sort of personal matters related. We have been quite busy. But also we've had some technical failures. So that might be my fault because tech savvy I used to be, but as the years roll on, possibly not so much anymore. I'm finding things out. I'm fixing things. I just fixed something out. We're actually about nearly an hour behind recording because did you know what it was? Do you know what it was that
Go on,
was
what
in the
was
end? It was because the microphone on the webcam had been turned on.
Oh, who did that?
That might have been me.
Oh, no.
Yeah, because I've been in a lot of
your party meetings?
Meetings, yes. Yes, with all sorts of people. And getting... quite irate.
We can talk about that in a moment.
On some subjects, especially when this grassroots movement is looking like the lawn's been trimmed.
Well, there we go. It's the People's Party after all.
It's certainly the People's Party.
It is.
Yeah. People's Party. Hinted.
Hint.
Find out more later, listeners.
What's that called? A lead-in? Is that? No, what is it?
A tease.
A tease. Yeah.
I've often been called a tease.
Oh, very good.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right. Before we do that, we're going to talk about the budget first. We're going to talk about your party and the conference and everything that's led up to it, and news from Wales, because I think it's all about us.
Well, that's where we are.
Well, that's where we are.
That's where we live.
And a few of the relationships we have with constituencies across England and how they see us.
Oh, right.
And I think maybe there needs to be a bit more of a conversation about that before going into conference.
Fair enough.
Because, otherwise I'm quite nervous about what's going to happen in the next few weeks.
Okay.
And it's all on the line.
It's all on the line.
It's all on the line.
Speaking of lines.
What?
The budget.
What?
I don't know.
What?
Well,
are you inferring that Rachel Reeves did something while writing up the budget?
I am now. No, I wasn't before. No, I think
allegedly.
I think there's been chaos. Perhaps speaking of chaos,
I didn't think she was into all of that. She didn't look that. Well, she didn't look the type.
Well, Rachel from accounts,
Rachel from accounts. Yes.
Yes, that misogynistic. Anyway,
Yeah.
I think it was an interesting hour or so Did you hear about the OBR's accidental publishing?
I saw when she had a mobile phone thrust in front of her face
Yeah.
and suddenly realised as Keir the Steer was standing up to the, I was going to say podium then, to the dispatch box, that she realised that it'd been leaked.
Yeah. Pretty
And,
much. Well, not leaked. I think it was genuinely an
completely
accident.
published.
Yeah, I think the OBR admitted that someone had pressed a button, and they were now dead. No.
Well, you know,
Well, it's market sensitive. It's quite a serious breach. It can be a criminal offence in certain contexts, but
before it's been announced in the House, I suppose
it's market sensitive, and it's could be insider trading and that sort of stuff.
I mean,
but it's probably not that.
20
minutes.
Well, no, I mean,
yeah.
Sorry, the reason why Keir the Steer, I just find that a hell of a.
What's that mean? Keir the Steer. What do you mean?
Well, do you know what a steer is?
Go on.
In terms of agriculture.
No.
A steer.
I grew up in a city. Okay. I don't know what grass is.
A steer is a castrated male bull.
Okay. Right, I see.
Yeah.
Yeah. That all links together now.
But castrated from a young age.
Sure.
So, on the cusp of pubescent.
Oh, we all know the rumours though, don't we? Anyway.
Well, I mean, they've got something on him. I mean, they have to. I say they. I don't know who they is. I mean, whatever they've got on.
We really don't want to talk about the budget, do we?
No, it's
so
awful.
Boring.
It's awful.
It's so.
It's not just awful. It's just. I'm slamming my pen down on the desk.
Yeah.
It's that. Oh, just that horrific. So okay, let's go through it. I mean, apart from the fact that it was announced before the announcement.
Yes.
Which I think that might be someone sticking it in. I mean, there is a suspicion of maybe maliciousness.
I mean, it's allowed people to sort of ramp up the criticism of the excuse that motorcycle going past, or car, whatever it was.
That was a car.
That was a car.
That was a car.
Wow.
I can still hear it. It's half a mile away.
Car with a giant penis in it. Anyway, the first swear word of the show.
No. I've already said Keir.
Oh, very good. So the sort of chaos of the so what's the trip up North Wales, like other politicians recently.
Oh yes, we've got to talk about that.
We do have to talk
about
that. The sort of the attitude that people have against the OBR at the moment, the Office of Budget Responsibility, has sort of added to that. This kind of all they're doing is just stamping all over the government's chances of raising the economy, or improving the economy, or whatever else. I think actually the problem is that they're just stating facts all the time, as are various fiscal institutions and various other things going on. And the problem is our politics is marred in opinion and speculation and conjecture. So, you can criticise the OBR for accidentally pressing a button, but what they say is still based to a level on economic scrutiny and analysis. Whereas the Chancellor announcing these are my decisions and this is my take and this is what we're going to do is just conjecture, and we don't actually know what the effects of her policies are going to be, including raising taxes through the back door on hardworking people.
Yeah, I mean, I could...
For example.
I don't know if it's her ideas. I mean, I looked at the budget and I just went, well, it's just more of the same. It's this sort of, I think what they describe as neoclassical economics that she's been taught. And I don't realise it. She's been taught, she's got PPE
from
degree.
Oxford, I think.
Is it?
Yeah, or the LSE.
I thought LSE that she was.
Yeah. LSE, anyway. Yeah, better than my uni. some sort of polytechnic somewhere. No, that's not true. Anyway, go on.
Don't put yourself down, Jabez.
Yeah.
And it's just sort of, I'm doing what I'm doing. I'm currently doing a PPE course.
What?
I know. For fun, amazingly, not for anything in particular.
For fun.
For fun.
Okay.
I say, I mean, this is fun.
I did a degree. It wasn't fun. Anyway.
I just wanted to
Everything around it was fun, but not the degree. Anyway,
Actually, I'm quite enjoying it.
Mm.
I've been, this is amongst the other things that I have time to do. This is
Yeah.
another thing that I'm doing.
Well, you used the phrase classical liberalism before, so the phrase is seeping in there.
This phrase is seeping in because there are descriptive words to describe certain viewpoints, aspects, and functions of.
Really?
I know it's
definitions.
amazing. I know. It's almost as though that this has been thought about.
Okay, then. So what's your sort of analysis then on your detailed reading of the budget from your perspective?
It is quite textbook.
Okay, in what
terms
sense?
Because it's this whole idea that there's no magic money tree.
Okay.
That they can't spend beyond their means.
Right.
And everything has to be balanced, and government cannot have debt.
But we do have debt, don't we?
Well, it has to have debt now.
Why?
Because they take too much capital out of the system,
Ah.
out of the economic system that is Great Britain, in its own bubble.
Yeah.
There is too much capital leaving the economic system and disappearing to various Cayman Island accounts or various other places being converted into US dollars. That ends up causing unrecognized deflation in the economy.
Okay.
And then because of that, there's less money going around. And we feel it. We know there's less money going around. But because it's not taxed capital that's been taken out of the economy, all chancellors for the last, I don't know, God knows how many years, seem to think that, well, because the tax receipts are going down, that's all they can spend. When really they've got to take into account what's also leaving the economy through the back door of loopholes and whatever else, which is, equates to tens and tens of billions every year. And that money does not get rejuvenated.
Yeah, but aren't people allowed to make money? What's wrong with ambition?
Yeah, but that's the whole point.
Yeah, but doesn't that lead to growth?
Yes,
this is a growth party, right?
Well, you have to have money for growth to occur. There has to be capital in the system for growth to occur. This is why I'm banging my head to the wall in doing this uni course, because I'm looking at it going, well,
just realising how terrible economic
terrible
policy has been.
What they're being taught.
Yeah.
Because because one of the things it's the flow of economy, which is fine. The flow between government, between private sector, and between people. And what Rachel Reeves is done, to bring it back to the budget, she has gleefully said that they're freezing the income tax threshold.
Oh, it drives me crazy. Yeah.
Now, for those I've spoken to a few people about it, and they literally just go, "Well, that's good, isn't it?" And then, what do you mean it's good? Well, it's a freeze on. You don't have to pay as much. And I try and explain to them, no, it means you are paying more as time goes on, as a pound is worth. The purchase power of a pound goes down with inflation over time. That means the 12,750 allowance is worth less. So as you earn more, and this was the cruel thing, she puts up minimum wage.
Oh, I know, it's insane.
And then immediately puts
it's
thousands and thousands of low end workers into a tax bracket that they should not be in.
It's being pointed out quite succinctly, I think, by a lot of commentators now who are connecting those dots, that the manifesto pledge of not raising taxes on working people, including national insurance or whatever else. Now, she keeps saying, I'm not raising the rates of taxation. This is the cruelest way of taxing people.
Yeah, because it's
so cruel.
Taxing by the back door.
And it means, so if you get a promotion, you're going to drift into, it all gets worse and worse and worse.
And she said £8 billion by the end of the 5-year term will be raised.
Yeah.
By this freeze. And all I'm hearing is that's £8 billion that's taken out of the economy.
Yeah.
£8 billion that's taken out of the low end unskilled workers who are fighting and scrapping for every pound they earn. And that is £8 billion taken out of the economy that's going to be used as a means to spend within what capitalism needs to spend on. So that's retail, hospitality, every form of purchasing power that the consumer has. That's £8 billion being taken away from that, because it's those at the low end, they're the people that spend in the economy.
Yes.
and every pound that gets spent, there is taxation on that, and there's jobs created on the back of it. Taking 8 billion quid out of the system is hugely retarded. And I'm sorry to use that phrase, but in terms of, in terms,
You mean in the French sense of slow thinking, don't you?
yes, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, that's I think yeah.
You know,
I would.
it's that sort of, you know,
Mhm.
the economy by dummies, or the economy for dummies book.
Well, it is. It's grocer's shop budgetary analysis, isn't it? That's what Thatcher said. Oh, you need to run a
But that's
shop
not
like a thing.
how.
No, it's not how it works. I know
works.
that. Listeners will know that. It's just.
And the thing is, the more, and it's horrific when you think. As an example, they could have announced, right, all public sector workers get a pay rise. They could have said that, and in line with inflation, they could have said that we're going to protect the workers of this country and make sure that all public sector workers have inflation-linked pay rises and as automatic.
Yeah.
And that it's linked to every scale. So every scale of government. So a backbench MP is the equivalent to a junior doctor, which is equivalent to whatever else in whatever. Everybody gets a pay rise. Nobody argues with it. What they're saying by taking the taxation out and not giving the pay rises where they need to be, and funding public sector workers, is that nurse who now doesn't get the money from the government to pay for their job. In their domestic situation, say their washing machine breaks, they cannot afford the unexpected purchase of a large item like, say, a washing machine or a dishwasher or whatever it is that they need. They now have to borrow money to be able to pay for that good. So then debt is then saddled on to the individual.
That's it.
Not the government.
And this is, or they'll make a worse decision, arguably, and start using a laundrette, which becomes incredibly expensive over time. You know, this is the sort of decision making that poorer people have to make when things go wrong.
I mean, there's a river if that's the case.
Yeah.
You know.
And that's
washing your clothes in the gutter, it'll end up being. I genuinely thought that after the budget yesterday, I genuinely thought we are getting on the verge and the precipice of a situation where we've enjoyed for, certainly since post World War II, so certainly from the 50s onwards, an era of having everything. And it built up in the 50s and certainly with the welfare state that Attlee brought in, all the way up to Thatcherism, that it ramped up into this crescendo of, we've got everything we want. You can have everything. You can have a car. You can have a house. You can purchase a washing machine and a dishwasher and these luxury items. These things you don't have to. You know, I've got a Hoover through there. That goes around every day on its own, and it just does hoovering.
It's terrifying.
It's terrifying. It's brilliant.
Yeah.
In my head last night, I just went, right, we're now on the precipice of, there are homes and households out there that are now going to go, it's too posh for us to have those items.
And that's seriously problematic when you think of essential white goods, right? So if your washing machine breaks and you think, oh, well, I can't afford a washing machine now, I'll wash my clothes in the bath or whatever. The hygiene implications of that are actually quite high. Yeah.
And I mean, not to say that it can't be done.
No.
I mean, you know, soap powder in the bath and a steak.
Oh, we've all, yeah. I mean, I was a student.
But the thing is, that's an image of Victorian Britain.
Exactly. Yeah.
You know,
and this is,
we have the technology. We have the
technology.
We just don't have the money.
No, but we do. You would say
it's there. I would say it's there.
Yeah.
I would say that the money this country's hemorrhaging, and that, well, it's not, it's capital that we're hemorrhaging.
Yeah.
Because every year that goes by, there are, I mean, the ONS is the body that calculates inflation. Nowhere have I seen in the calculation that the ONS produces, do they take into account how much capital has left the country and has been converted into US dollars or whatever else, and has gone elsewhere. So you're talking about, you know, the big, we're talking the tax dodging companies that should pay more tax. Personally, I couldn't care if they found loopholes or anything. If they found loopholes to be able to get money out of the country into safe havens elsewhere,
Mm.
fine, let them do it. What I would say is that if they want to bring it back into the country, charge them 90% tax.
Well, yeah.
And if they want to convert it back to British pounds, in the meantime, if they take 20 billion,
a
out of-
conversion tax. I mean, that does
Yeah.
happen in
there's some, but not to that extent.
No.
But then, if say 20 billion between, I don't know, Amazon and Google and whatever else, or whichever big sort of tech firms or anything are taking money out of the system, okay, there's 20 billion that has left the economy. That means the Bank of England can underwrite 20 billion funding, frontline funding,
Yeah.
without inflation occurring,
Mm-hmm.
because the money's just accounting for each other. And if that money ever tries to come back into the country, we'll tax it on 90% and destroy the capital. That's it.
Okay.
And what you get is a fully funded government,
So why don't they do that?
because they haven't thought of it.
Okay.
And because
You're going to tell them?
because well, let's put it as your party economic policy then.
Well, this is the thing, isn't it? It's any radical thinking about economics is extremely difficult to get off the ground at the moment because of this sort of constant fear
Because of
of
Thatcher.
upsetting. Yeah.
It's because of Thatcher and Reagan. Them saying, what was Thatcher's quote about the shopping list? Oh, every good mother knows how to budget
Yeah.
the shopping.
Okay.
You shut up.
Yeah.
Who the hell? The thing is, here's something that I found out because I'm doing a bit of reading, and which I'm quite enjoying. Do you know it's law? And it's law. The Bank of England, or the central bank,
Yeah.
has to fund a legal budget
Yes.
since 1866 or something.
Yes, I did know that. Yeah.
That they do.
Well, I know that.
Yeah,
It's-
there's an
quite
actual law
weird.
that says, so if
Yeah.
a government produces a budget that says fully fund every government department,
Mm-hmm.
the Bank of England is bound by law, so long as it's passed through Parliament, that they must adhere to the budget.
Well, yeah, it's a central bank. That's what it has to do.
So if that's the case, and then you can use mechanisms to then curtail and destroy the money as it moves through the economy,
Mm-hmm.
because that's what taxation is really.
Yeah.
It's a mechanism to stop inflation.
Well, it's redistribution of which does the same thing.
Which does the same thing, yeah. And it's just where you tax it and how you use that. And if there's loopholes that are causing a leak out of the economic bubble of...
Do you think there's a problem at the moment with the sort of individualization of all this? The fact that Amazon couldn't sort of morally justify not paying tax because they feel, well, we're entitled to make a profit. We're entitled to look after our shareholders.
They do it. They do it because the law allows them to do it.
Yes, but
International
aren't we
law allows them.
aren't we all encouraged to do that?
Yeah, why not?
Because on a small scale, you'll have people taking cash in hand. You'll have people doing all sorts to avoid.
Yeah, fine, okay.
And that's not.
I was saying fine and okay in the sense that if the country's system of being able to either curtail that or stop it from happening, or isn't prepared to. I mean, if you talk about cash in hand sort of jobs, well, that's up to HMRC officers to be funded to be able to go out.
It is, but isn't there a sort of
and investigate those?
But isn't there a sort of breakdown in social cohesion where people don't want to pay tax? Like you hear it a lot.
Why?
Because they don't trust politics anymore. They don't trust politicians. They don't trust the system.
The system. The generation that was dubbed the greatest generation, the one that went to war and fought for not for our country. They went out and fought for the sovereignty of a country they had nothing to do with, just because it was the right thing to do.
Mm-hmm.
They are the ones that came back and set up the welfare state. They're the ones that said, and for decades afterwards, they were happy to pay tax.
And they paid a lot more than we
tax
do.
That generation did for the next generation, which is the boomer generation, who enjoyed the benefits of that. Now, I'm not having a go at anyone of that era and generation. They got everything from the generation above them rightfully. It just never carried on.
Because of the change of global economic policy.
There's everything changed in that. If you say now, are you happy to pay tax? I think people have if it's possible to pay tax, I think people are more than happy to pay tax if they're in a position where they have vast amounts of wealth, and which they've earned, and it's theirs to have, and there's a percentage of that does go to a system that they feel is worthwhile. Then that's fine. It's value for money. A lot of people have issues in paying tax because they can't afford it.
Yes, I understand.
That's-
Yeah, no, I appreciate that.
You know,
Yeah.
it's God. There's a parable in the New Testament that I sort of remember, and it's about taxation, and it's the taxation of the poor and the wealthy.
Right.
So I can't remember it that well. I think it was about 30 years ago that I remember it. And it's the taxation of a widow who only had 10 coins on her, and she had to give 2 coins in taxation, and that was quite, that was a huge percentage of her wealth. And the rich man gave the same 2 coins, but he had 1,000 coins, so it meant nothing to him.
It's the same argument made in when you're fining people in courts. Like, yeah, there's a standard level, 100%. Depending on the band fine, there's a percentage of your weekly income. But the weekly income of someone earning 500 quid is very different to someone earning £2,000 even.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And it's the consequence of that. I think that if you're earning less than £25,000 a year, I don't think you should be paying tax on income.
Yeah.
I think you should be paying tax on purchase.
Mm-hmm.
So there should be VAT, purchase tax on your, spending on your groceries and everything else. Not that most groceries are VAT, but the concept is that you pay tax as being part of the system. You're a producer, you're a worker, you produce part of GDP for the country, and you're in the system and you're spending in the system. So the economic system benefits from your existence.
Mm-hmm.
But to tax you means that you're less likely to work for a start. You're less likely to go into work because a benefit system is an easy option out, and it is. And I know people who have taken that route, and they're the ones that the right wingers go absolutely, nuts about. But on the same side, well, you can't ask someone to go to work to become poorer.
Yes, and that's
the issue. And so you cannot tax. One of the things I'm talking about, the Farage, Russia's very own delegate to United Kingdom,
allegedly.
Well, Nathan Gill wasn't.
No,
that's proven in court.
Yes, that's not allegedly.
I saw that.
Yeah.
I saw that.
You did.
I saw he is a Russian stooge who was paid by the Russians to stand up in.
Are we drifting into our country segment? Is that what's
I would so to be my nominee this week. Anyway, we'll come back to that later.
Yeah.
But where was I? So
Farage, what he said.
Yeah. Oh, right.
Done.
So talking about the income tax threshold, do you know what he's come out as a policy, economic policy, which is now turning heads amongst workers?
Well, he called this budget socialist. That's all I've heard from him.
Well, of course he would.
Yeah.
Because
what's he said then?
Because he hasn't got a clue
what's his bright idea.
He's very bright. He does know what socialism is,
Yeah.
but he knows that tarring it with a phrase like that is beneficial to his cause. He has said in a ad hoc promise, so it's a Farage promise, to raise the income tax threshold to over £20,000
Okay.
per annum, which I agree with.
Yes.
I actually agree. I actually probably go a little bit further.
Well, it's Gary economics, isn't it? Tax wealth, not income. What you were saying before.
Yeah. Pretty much. Yeah, you've got to allow people on the low end to be able to spend money.
Well, that's aspiration.
Absolutely.
Being allowed to spend money.
Capitalism.
Yeah.
If you want capitalism,
What?
I know. And we're talking about this on your unofficial Your Party podcast, the 2 Left Feet and all that. But actually, this is the system we're in.
Well, the only virtue that capitalism has, good virtue, is the ability, supposedly, the ability to aspire to do better economically and spend freely what you earn. That's the only virtue. The way I'm not getting into it, but
no, because everybody wants shiny things.
Yeah, so
that was the phrase we used before.
That's the phrase I've used quite a while. Yeah,
it's everybody likes to have and own shiny things.
Yes,
I know. It's very very noble of people to say that.
But what this
property
budget
is death and
does,
everything, but
it is challenging that by taxing the lowest earners in our country, not our country.
yeah.
And it's demonstrably awful. I found the parable. Perhaps we should finish on this. Luke 21. I love a good parable.
You love a good parable.
do.
Go on, read the parable.
And he looked up
Mine
and
is-
saw the rich putting their gifts into the treasury, and he saw also a certain poor widow putting in 2 mites. So he said, "Truly I say to you that this poor widow has put in more than all, for all these out of their abundance have put in offerings for God, but she out of her poverty put in all the livelihood that she had." So it's exactly
That's the
what you
one.
said. It's this idea that the poor are putting more in.
I mean, without sort of taking into account that Rachel Reeves is God, but
Well, yeah,
we're not going that far.
Rachel from heaven. No,
Still in accounts.
Rachel still in account. Rachel from heaven's accounts.
Yeah. I mean, before moving on, there are a couple of other things. So, minimum wage rise. So, 50p rise on general workers, which is not surprising. That's, it's been a lot worse in the last couple of years. 50p, I think, is not far off what it should be.
Mm-hmm.
But there's a few people gone absolutely nuts that there's a rise between 18 and 21-year-olds.
What?
Minimum wage. And this, I, to be honest, find a little bit perplexing. From £10 to £10.85. And I've heard people in the hospitality industry go, well, this is the end of the hospitality industry. And I'm in my head, I'm going, I know quite a bit about the hospitality industry.
Of course.
And in all fairness, if you're only hiring 18 to 21-year-olds to do the job of a older adult, so you're hiring a younger adult to do the same job as an older adult and getting the same productivity, pay them the same.
Well, yes.
If your business is relying on the fact that you're taking £2 an hour off a worker who's doing the same job as an experienced adult, but it's half of it's low skilled stuff anyway, then
whatever that
your
means,
business is failing, and it's you as a manager of that business that has to talk to themselves.
Yeah.
Not the fact that, oh my God, I've got to pay this 19-year-old adult, a little bit more money in the wages. The thing is with that, and I've said this for a few years, at 18 years old, you can go out in the world, live on your own, start a family, vote, fight for your country, die for your country, pay your taxes and everything.
Mm-hmm.
You can be as adult as you want to be.
I mean, in many ways, you can do that from 60.
You can do that from 60, but 18 is there's a legal boundary at 18.
Yeah.
And why is it that in a same job, like for like, most of hospitality is in a like for like situation between an 18, 19-year-old and a 32-year-old or 49-year-old, that they're doing the same job, they're getting the same productivity, if not more in some cases.
Of course.
And get the same productivity for the business. Why aren't they valued just at the same level? Now, and I take there's an argument. Oh, but they have to be trained. BS. I do that training with people in hospitality. It doesn't take that long, and if you do it right, they're good workers for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
So, again,
but this policy was brought in by the Tories in the coalition government,
splitting the age groups up.
Yes, so it was and it's all a gimmick. It's all
they did
all
it. They said they did it for encouraging businesses to hire more young adults.
Yeah.
Which it did, because...
No, but how sickening is that view?
Yeah, but
it's the same as the two-child policy, actually, if you think about it. It's exactly the same. It's this idea that you can cultivate and change how society works through cruel economic measures. And again, not to get into a big sort of blah, blah about whatever, but we've got to stop doing this. We've got to stop basing everything that government does through the guise and lens of money. And because it's not helping anyone.
No.
And and that's what your party's going to do.
Well, I mean, it's
we'll see.
We haven't got policies yet. We don't know what it's going to be. We're literally talking about constitution come Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
But on this side of thing, I'd completely scrap this whole idea of a difference between an 18-year-old and a
100%.
There is no point whatsoever if they're on a similar low-skilled job. Because we're talking about minimum.
Yeah.
We're talking about minimum wages.
Wage suppression, though. A lot of jobs now that didn't used to be paid minimum are being paid near minimum.
Yes, because
They shouldn't be.
employers are seeing minimum wage as maximum wage.
Yes.
And that is the wage.
Mm-hmm.
There is no advancement upon the minimum wage because that's what the government says, so that's what we're sticking to.
Mm-hmm.
And unless you're really, as a business, trying to have staff retention, and then you might offer a couple of good ones a little bit more than that, there doesn't seem to be much advancement on that.
No, I think other countries have.
Oh no, because we're talking low skill. We're talking low.
I mean, I would contest the idea of skill. I mean, I think there's some jobs which might be in a different category to others.
Well,
but,
having a degree and then going stuck in shelves in Tesco's.
Well, that's exactly my point.
Yeah.
What is the difference? That it works both ways. So there's jobs which are brackets quote skilled, which arguably aren't really. I mean, data entry could be skilled depending on what you're talking about, or unskilled depending on what you're talking about. And you might need a degree for one or a degree for the other, or it might give you advantage or not. It's a very fluid term. Other countries have different minimum wages for different types of jobs, which might be interesting to consider. But again, that's not fiscal policy. That is about law, morality, how we treat workers, how we treat people. And that's where we've got to think a bit more laterally. So, yeah.
Right. Little conversation about the budget. Trying to sort of tie things into the party. The party, whatever the party is going to be. I just hope that if we can move the conversation in the next 10 years or so, we move it away from doing. There's a few silly things in there. Okay, there's mansion tax. Yeah, fine. That's going to do something. Electric vehicles, yeah, that was expected. Because as more electric vehicles are coming on the road, taxation from ICE vehicles has gone down.
Yeah. So
internal combustion engine vehicles have gone down. So that was expected. Rail fares, well, this should just be abolished. To be honest, I'd say, as a part of a policy.
Abolish rail fares?
Yes.
Ah, fair enough.
We already subsidise the rail.
Yeah, just cut out the middleman.
We subsidise the rail to such a tune that it could be free.
Yeah, cut out the middleman.
All we're doing is paying for pensioners in Canada to basically have a bigger pension pot. So you could. There's an argument you could probably pay a little bit less and have a free rail network taken into some type of public ownership.
Well, yeah. I mean, Manchester are working on that kind of.
Manchester are working on some fantastic projects at the moment. Do you know? I've heard. Completely off topic, but you've said something.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I know. Andy Burnham, who I actually do quite like as a fine Evertonian. The growth rate of Manchester in the last 6 years. So the average, the growth rate of the United Kingdom is about 3%, 3-4%. Thereabouts, dipped. Obviously, COVID and everything. COVID barely affected Manchester. They have an overall growth rate of over 6 to 7%. They're now growing at 11%. 11% growth. 1/10 of that city is growing, and having
the same rate as the rest of the United Kingdom.
No, it's above. It's about 6 to 7 points above.
Yeah,
but it's fantastic. Anyway,
no,
look at what Manchester's.
No, yeah, our family live there. They love it.
Yeah,
because it doesn't feel like shit all the time. Whereas everywhere else does.
And at the moment this week, I am absolutely loving the efforts of Manchester. Certainly after Monday night.
Okay.
I was there.
I know you were there.
I nearly fell out my seat.
Right. We did not have a very happy household.
Didn't you have a happy household? All right. We're talking football and politics show.
I don't support Man United, by the way, but other people do.
Leeds, you are.
Well, you don't have to tell people.
I'm going to tell people. I'm going to tell people what you are. So then...
I've had very lovely chats with people until they find out I'm a Leeds fan, and then they immediately call me scum. Just without context. Whoever they are, could be...
Probably another Leeds fan.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which amazes me. Like,
well, it's not surprising for a team whose some sort of main chant is Leeds, Leeds, Leeds. That's the chant.
Yeah. Right. We'll talk about the budget again. We'll talk about the effects of it. We'll talk about economics and me doing this course and what I'm finding horrific things out as I go along. Even though I think that the university is brilliant, it's open university. I think it's brilliant. I think the whole concept.
Shout out to them.
Absolutely, it's actually enjoyable. And if anybody's thinking about, even like I say, even for fun, even just
they do all sorts of diplomas, training, all that sort of stuff. Yeah,
brilliant amount of courses, and you can start at any point. Literally, I thought it was September intake. It's not. It's all year round. There'll be more courses starting in January, more courses starting about June time, more in September. It's always constant. And then you got 16 years if you want to do a degree and go back to it. I think it's fantastic. Right. We're going to go to a break. After the break, we'll come back to the nominees for Our Country.
Yep.
We'll do that quickly, and then we're going to talk about your party conference.
Indeed.
And we'll get into as much of it as possible. And news about what's happening on Saturday with the Two Left Feet as well. So we'll be back right after this break, humanoids. See you in a second. Welcome back, humanoids, to the second part of the Two Left Feet. I know we're already 40 minutes in, but here we go. We're going to go and do it really quickly. We're at the excitable segment that everyone keeps looking forward to every week. Well, not even every week, because it's been 5 weeks.
Sorry.
So, but before, it's going to be Our Country that we're coming up to on the next segment. And please welcome back myself, Dafydd, Vaughan, your host, and my co-host is...
Jabez Oaks.
Absolutely, Jabez Oaks. You got me right that time. Our Country. Who are you nominating this week for Our Country to be sitting on the tree, in the zoo, on the island, on the planet that is evolving at 1,000,000 miles an hour?
Donald Trump.
Oh, why?
Because he should just be there because,
You've run out of reasons now, haven't you?
Yeah, I have, yeah.
Why have you run out
all
of
reasons as stated.
So there's nothing,
as previously submitted.
There's nothing he's done or said in the last 5 weeks that would make you feel like he should be in the zoo sitting on...
Well, there's too many to describe succinctly.
In Our Country tree.
Who's your nomination, Dan?
Nathan Gill.
Nathan Gill.
As I said before, Nathan Gill. Traitor, corrupt traitor.
Traitor?
Absolutely.
He wasn't convicted of treason. He was convicted of everything except treason.
I mean, it's pretty much that. In terms of being a elected representative, certainly in Wales, leader of the Reform Party in Wales, as he was with UKIP and whatever else he's been in the past. Just because, they called him a different party name, it's still the same group.
Oh, yeah.
100%. A turd by any other name still smells just as shit.
Yeah.
He was a representative at the highest possible level in European politics, and he was paid by a foreign state to perpetuate their views and their interests above the electorate who put him there. Slightly traitorous. I mean, it is completely.
I mean, we have a very specific definition of treason.
There's a legal definition of traitor, but I don't think that language is too strong for what he's done.
No, absolutely. And he did everything apart from imagine the death of the monarch, which is the definition of the bizarre definition of treason.
Is that the legal definition?
Yeah, it's something like imagining or conspiring to destroy the monarchy or kill the monarch.
Which monarch?
Basically, of England and of the United Kingdom.
Okay.
Oh, I mixed up my jurisdictions. Okay. Don't look at me like that. Just because, I know what. Fuck off. Sorry. Oh, dear. So why should a Peabody small figure in the British and the world political scene be nominated above the President of the United States, who is currently trying to create a fascist environment and society? Why should Nathan Gill?
Because he's been proven in a court of law that he has actually tried to do that.
Trump's been proven, has been adjudicated as being a rapist. So
and 2 impeachments,
and has been impeached twice. Yeah,
but that doesn't.
But
seem
not
to
convicted.
Matter.
He's never been convicted of sedition.
Then.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Fine.
There may be smoke, but we haven't seen the fire yet.
Fair enough. Fine. On that entirely.
And my God, there'd be a great fire. Best fire ever. Nothing.
On that entirely legal argument, then it must be Nathan Gill.
And the fact that
Nathan
you're in a
Gill's-
rush to go home.
I have to go home in a certain amount of time, yes, and I'm not willing to die on this hill.
You know,
And I think Nathan Gill is a toad, and I hope he serves as long of
the
his sentence
whole
in
of the
prison.
10.5 years.
Yeah. Well, he won't serve the whole.
And
But,
I hope he gets to meet Bubba too, so he can do exactly what Donald was doing.
Oh dear!
Oh,
Don't do that again. Do not do that again.
What?
I'll leave now. That noise you did in the previous podcast ago.
Oh, here's the thing. We haven't spoken about Bubba.
Who?
Bubba.
Who's that?
Well, you know, Bubba, who was on the island, who Jeffrey Epstein's brother put in an email to Jeffrey saying, "Have you still got the footage of Donald T sucking off Bubba or blowing bubbles?"
Who's Bubba?
Blowing Bubba. Yeah.
Sorry, are you deliberately not saying Bubba's name?
It's Bubba. Bubba was supposedly the nickname of Bill Clinton.
Oh, right. I thought you were talking about
There's
Lord
the,
Mandelson.
even oh, imagine.
Bill Clinton's not in our country, is he?
No, but he's
Right.
supposedly on the list,
Yes, he's on the list. Yeah.
and supposedly his
There's a picture of
nickname-
him with a,
You know,
a girl on his knee. I think.
allegedly that his nickname in certain circles is Bubba, and there's an email from Epstein, the Epstein brother, Mark Epstein, I think his name is, to say that there's evidence of Donald performing fellatio upon Bubba.
I mean, they whatever the country and whatever each other, don't they? I suppose. But there we go.
Yes. So
Anyway,
anyway,
yeah. Is that the first time fellatio has been used as a term on the podcast?
I
I nearly tripped up that phrase then as well.
on
Uh,
on all podcasts.
no, on this podcast.
Fellatio.
Yes. Anyway.
I think I said Fellatio Nelson once, but
Okay.
in a skewed context.
Drawing this segment to a close.
It's drawing
perhaps.
this segment to a close because you feel like the time is ticking and time is fleeting, and anyway, I'm not going into the time warp.
Listen,
yeah,
I had this very small window
Are
in
we
5
voting?
weeks.
Are we voting for Nathan Gill?
Yes.
Excellent. Then congratulations, Nathan Gill, for being the newest member of our country.
We have an
You can
exhibit
s-
for you
yes,
on your
you
release.
can sit on the branch of the tree. It sits in the zoo, on the island, on the planet that's evolving and revolving at 1,000,000 miles an hour. Well done, Nathan Gill. I suspect that's the only time you're going to get the cheers followed by your name in a long time, but certainly in your 10 years in jail, you will be getting the clap at some point. Anyway, talking about Bubba. Right, we're going to be back right after this break, and we will come back with your party conference news, conference special. Oh, we've got the conference special exclusive. And then we'll be back, and we'll be talking all things conference. So we'll be back in a minute with, the most enjoyable part of the programme. Stay tuned. Welcome back, humanoids, to the final segment of the Two Left Feet, the unofficial Your Party podcast. It is still the 27th of November, 2025. I'm your host, Dafydd Vaughan, and I'm still here with
Jabez Oaks.
Jabez Oaks, the consigliere himself, the man of the hour, or man for the hour.
Just for the hour.
For the hour.
Yeah.
The man for the hour.
No longer. Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't want to misgender you.
Oh, I don't mind.
You don't mind?
No,
Oh, okay.
not really.
Oh, that's very good. Right, so conference Saturday, Liverpool, 29th of November and 30th of November on the Sunday. I think it's in the M&S Bank Arena, formerly the Echo,
Ooh.
or the conference rooms there at least.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it's the full arena. I think it's the next door, which we have been to before. I know I have.
You have. I haven't.
Didn't you do that?
I've never been to national conference. I've been to Wales conference.
Yeah, I've done Welsh conference
Yeah.
with Labour now. So just for the context,
Party.
the one that should have been doing all this, but
Yes. Yeah.
decided to go down a neoliberal rabbit hole and has never come back since. And it's popped its head back up, and Enoch Powell was stood at the dispatch box. island of strangers. This one, his quote. He was his quote to quote.
They can't see my raised eyebrows. It's fine.
They can't see the raised eyebrows. Yeah. In terms of conference, so just basic outline. What is conference for people who are either new to party politics,
Yeah.
and have never really seen or done anything like this before? What is conference? And I do apologise if you hear something in the background, but you know,
Oh God, it really is something that it depends how much you want to put into it. So whenever I've attended conference, I've always been slightly because you know you're new to the part. I was new to
what is conference in Moscow?
Oh, it's a decision-making body. So it's the sovereign decision-making body.
And
Except
and
in this
what-
case, it's not.
Why?
Because you can vote online and not be at conference as a member.
So would it be seen more as a convention?
Yeah, I would call it a convention. Yeah, it's a bit more of like a national convention kind of thing. I think they're going to be doing the debate and discussions that need to be had. I imagine you can watch, which will inform your vote, which is important. But broadly speaking, in British politics at least, conference is the decision-making body. So it's interesting that in this context, we've got quite a fluid dynamic situation where there'll be people not at conference who will be able to vote on what conference is
which
discussing.
I think is modern and
no reason not to do
absolutely.
that. Yeah.
In terms of what conference is, you know, the basic description of conference, it's the big room. It's the biggest room that the meeting's been held in.
Yeah.
So all of these small meeting rooms and small branches, when decisions get made there, they get passed up to the constituency meeting rooms, and then they agreed there. So it goes to a regional meeting room possibly, and it gets agreed there. And then this is the final.
And most parties.
This is the
follow
final
that
boss.
system. Yeah.
This is the boss round.
Yeah.
So for all you Sega Mega Drive players for the 90s, this is the final boss. This is where the final meeting happens, where you finally get a decision on a big policy, or as we're doing, constitution.
Well, that's how it's meant to work, isn't it?
It's how. Yes. Now, just for the new listeners, don't be throwing spanners in the work based on previous experiences elsewhere. But it's meant to be the big room with the big decisions with all the big guns there.
It's like the parliament of the
It's the
party.
parliament of the party,
pretty much.
Yeah, that's a good description.
And you know, and other parties.
Except it's a constant general election with every single member being able to vote at exactly the same moment.
Which is why it's different to other parties.
Yes, I hope the website is sound.
So do I.
Because the thing is, okay, I think there's 50,000 members.
Yeah.
50, which is obviously not the 800,000 of interest, but there you go. Mistakes have been made. I'm not too concerned by that. I'm just concerned that 50,000 people on the website at the same time.
Well, it should be able to handle it. If it was 800,000, I'd be concerned.
Well, this is the thing. Maybe it's good that it is 50,000 and not 800,000 for this one. Otherwise, if votes can't take place, then oh dear.
Well, then that is where it's useful to remember that the normal circumstance is the conference would be voting on this, and it should, because of sortition, it should be a good representation of the view of the party.
Yeah, you hope.
In general.
Yeah.
So I don't think we need to.
I mean, not that anybody agrees with the sortition, but it is what it is.
I mean, someone described it as jury selection, which I quite like. I quite like that comparison, especially because we're going to lose jury selection soon. But anyway.
Do you want to leave that to another podcast?
Yes, I do, but it must be discussed.
Yeah, it must be discussed.
But anyway.
Coming back to conference, on the...
What are you doing at conference?
Nothing as it now happens.
Okay.
Because I've gone from helping organise a very large region in Wales with 4 constituencies to being sidelined by a national Welsh executive who doesn't really want us to do anything because they just want to do it all themselves in a small room. You know, hello, Beth Winter. And then now when it goes to the national conference, I'm not a delegate because, you know...
It's audition. It's random, isn't it?
And,
or is it?
And your party didn't approve credentials as this podcast being a reason to have a press access.
Oh.
I know. Which was actually the one I was hoping for.
Yeah.
Because I thought maybe, and what I'm going to be doing anyway is
Mm-hmm.
actually possibly campaigning outside, especially with what's going on in Wales, and trying to inform as many basically English members, to be honest, of what's going on and what our concerns are.
Okay.
Certainly in North Wales, and possibly, and okay, here's the exclusive. I will be attempting to do a live podcast broadcast on such technological devices. Just remember how good I am with technology. From outside the conference, so
It'll be the first podcast without me.
you can be there.
No, I'm at work. I can't. I actually cannot be there.
Wait, not even Sunday?
Oh, maybe. Oh, yeah.
Oh, you can turn up.
We'll talk about it. We'll see what happens.
If you want to come along Sunday,
we'll see.
We can stand outside and talk politics right outside the conference.
Outside where it's happening.
Yeah, and maybe draw a crowd. See if we could do a little bit of a soapbox thing.
That'd be quite funny.
And then if anybody's there, I will be about, obviously with no press pass on me.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what to put on actually. So anyway, I'll be dressed in black, to be honest, because I try to blend into the background as much as I can. And then I'll see you there. So yes, I will be attempting to do live segments from
Cool, good stuff
on the YouTube channel. Oh,
right.
On the YouTube channel or on?
You'll have to work that out. We don't know yet.
Oh, I've got to work that out. Haven't I?
It's probably YouTube.
Yeah,
probably easiest.
It's probably going to be maybe a mixture because actually, because I use a platform called Podbean to put the podcasts up. That does a live function as well.
Mm-hmm. There are links to our YouTube on the Facebook page, so they can just
I'll probably do a mix. I'll probably try and do YouTube predominantly, but I will also endeavour to do it through the other podcast platforms as well. So we'll see how it goes. So there's that. Right, if you are a member already and you are in the access portal on the website, you have until tomorrow to back a load of amendments that are endorsable. So if you go onto the participate bar on the top, and then there's a little gavel that says motion, so a little picture of a gavel that says motions. You click on it, and you have 3 tabs saying first year organising strategy, constitution, and standing orders. There are motions that have been presented on there that you can endorse. Very few members have actually endorsed.
It was in an email, but right at the bottom. Right. So the email is the new amended founding documents email.
Yeah.
And then at the bottom it says, because what this section contains are what are being called the roadmap amendments, which are basically the amendments which are being put into the founding documents, which I think the drafters aren't comfortable making decisions on, which is a good thing.
Okay.
So they're basically big decisions within these documents, which we all need to make a decision on.
Yeah, fair enough. Imagine if that happened all over the country with all the different branches, where big decisions like that would actually went to the members.
Well, that's what we hope will happen. Well, that's what I hope will happen. Otherwise, what's the point, frankly?
I've been saying that for the last 2.5 months in Wales, but we'll see what happens when conference.
Do we need to unpack that, or shall we do that another time?
I mean, maybe another time, but very disappointed with how the Welsh part of the party, because at one point we were about to leave the UK party and become a whole new.
I mean, another party was registered.
Another party was registered. Supposedly deregistered.
It's gone. I can't see it.
So what we were hinting at before, it was named
the People's Party of Wales.
People's Party of Wales.
Yeah.
Registered in the name of Beth Winter and Mark Swatka.
I know Beth Winter was leader, I think, and then there's a few other officers.
And the reason for it was to be able to have some political party in place ready for the Assembly, the Senate elections in May.
Yeah.
And to have some kind of mechanism to be able to stand candidates.
Which is nonsense.
Which is absolute
because
BS.
The UK party can stand candidates in the Welsh election.
Yes, and there's been
the only place in the UK it can't stand candidates is Northern Ireland because they have a different register.
Well, there you
And that's
go.
the only reason. There is no reason to have set up their own party unless they wanted control over who stands as candidates.
Yeah, and if you are listening to Cross Wales, then you probably know all this anyway. But
Well, you might not.
well, you might not.
Actually,
This is the thing. There are
because
there are things happening and being decided upon that some of you members might not even know about.
Yeah,
and that is my objection, and that's what I've objected to all along.
And I don't think anyone listening to the podcast would be surprised that we want to be, and I think we can say we want to be part of a members-led grassroots party that isn't anything like we've seen before. So to reject this notion that's happening in Wales of two people leading and basically making decisions in a small group, which not all the members know about, it's just an anathema. It's against everything we stand for.
And their argument is, well, the membership data's not there, so they can't do anything.
Yes, because they're not legitimate parts of the mechanism.
No,
your party aren't going to give them data.
We've wasted 3 months of being able to collect
faffing around
and bring in members, through our own means, and then to actually have a quorum of members within meetings to be able to actually decide things.
Yeah.
And instead, there's been faffing around over false all members conferences, which you can't even validate that anyone there's a member, and it's just a pig's ear of a job. Well, I mean, they mean well. I'm not taking it. The people around it, they mean well. They're nice people. It's just the way they've gone about it has been absolutely frustrating. And they have the cheek to say that, they're doing such a great job and England have really let the side down, and Sultana and all the rest of it and all the troubles there. And I'm looking at what they're doing, and I think that's what they're doing is worse.
I think the problem is they are doing traditional party politics very, very well. They are organising a traditional style party extremely well. What they don't understand and fail to understand is that's not what your party's meant to be.
No.
It's meant to be a brand new, democratic, bottom-up, blah, blah, different principles, say all you want. The point is members decide most things, if not everything. And that's why, I mean, we had to, from the outset, we had to distinguish the normal party process of having a conference with how your party's doing it, which is different.
Yeah.
And that's the point.
Yeah, and
they just miss it
and this
every
is the thing.
single time.
Anyone who's listening to this before conference who's not even if you're a Welsh member, just be aware. I am advocating for the constituency party, so that's what I term as the branch.
Yeah, whatever it's
not
called. Yeah.
The Welsh executive. The Welsh executive or the Scottish, whatever it is elsewhere, but certainly the Welsh is not a branch.
It's not anything.
The constituency is the branch.
Yeah.
The constituency party is the bit that should have the power in the grassroots movement. And the members who make up that constituency party hold the power, not a powerful executive, which is what has ended up forming in Wales.
Well, I mean, to perhaps offer a reassuring tone, it's not. They're pretending it.
They're pretending, yes, but
none of it's real.
And this is the thing: they're going to go into conference
and try and make it real.
They are going to put over the notion that the assumption is they already are.
Yeah. I mean, it was disturbing.
And the thing is, members in England will just accept that.
Well, it's disturbing that in some reports I've read about this the new party that was registered, your party's response was, well, we didn't know anything about it, but perhaps this is the way forward in Wales. And I just think, no. Absolutely not. We need to discuss it.
Because there's members in England who are organisers in England who are absolutely terrified of weighing in on any decision or having any oversight of what's happening.
Sure.
And I'm imploring people there, no, do have an oversight. This is what's happening. There are members in Wales who are now getting absolutely sidelined by this powerful executive that is now forming.
Yeah.
And the whole concept of grassroots of a movement in Wales under your party, whatever the banner is now in jeopardy. And that is the problem. And unless those members in England actually grow a pair and actually come over and say, right, we're going to sort this out and have a forum for all members to be able to have a decision on this, this is going to cause a split in Wales.
I completely agree.
And possibly even members leaving.
Yeah.
Just leave.
How many didn't sign up?
People haven't signed up, but no, I don't think there's people that hasn't signed up because of this. I think people have signed up regardless of what's been happening with Zara and any other issues. What I'm saying is that, especially like the differences between North Wales and South Wales, a lot of people in North Wales will see this as well, hang on, when are we going to get a candidate? Why is the funding for our candidates not? Why aren't we allowed to select candidates here?
Yeah.
When, these ideas are being put through the steering group, as they call themselves, but it's a Welsh executive.
Yeah.
Let's call it by its proper name. And if that's the case, well, what's the point? We'll just go home. It's time. It is getting to the point where, if this isn't sorted, and I'm hoping that something will come out of conference to at least reassure members from the argument that I'm hearing and that I'm trying to represent, is that their concerns will be addressed.
Yeah.
If not, and that this permission is given for this Welsh executive to rule, and for the English members to go, oh, you just do whatever you feel like you want to do. It's it's your party over there, and then give the power to these people. Well, time to pack up and go home.
There you have it.
There is no point going on any further if that's the case.
There you have it, guys. That's the synopsis.
Last 3 minutes. Anything else about conference? So just a quick sort of thing.
Have fun.
Have fun.
Yeah.
Because
you're going to meet loads of people who are like you.
Lots of people.
Yeah.
A lot of conversations. A lot of quite passionate people.
Yeah.
Especially in this one. There's going to be people quite excitable. But generally, all around the whole city, there will be things happening. There's also, I've seen something about, Jeremy's doing a rally on tomorrow night.
Good.
Zara's doing a rally tomorrow night.
Great.
At the same time. People are saying, oh, that's a split. No, that's just how conference works.
What, do you think they hang out together?
No,
socially?
Of course they don't.
Of course they don't. I wouldn't hang out with Corbyn socially.
No, you barely hang out, with me and you're...
I wouldn't hang out with Sultana either, yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
The idea is there's all sorts of things going on across the whole weekend for conference. Go to a fringe event, go to a meeting. If there's anything you're interested in, go and talk. If there's someone talking something nonsense, possibly someone dressed in black stood outside with no press pass on a camera, talking about economics and how Rachel Reeves is an absolute dunce.
Well, I think this is it. I think it's worth remembering that all the fun people left the Labour Party, the one who used to organise these fringe events and everything, and now a lot of them have joined this party.
Yes.
So it should be quite,
you had a lot of things. And Liverpool's a great city.
It is.
It's a fantastic city.
Socialist People's Republic.
Go and have a look around Liverpool if you're a delegate coming up. If you do see us out there, to say hello. Maybe see Jabez on the Sunday, depending on him, but I'll be there the Saturday and Sunday. I will, chances are, be out in one of the fringe nights on the Saturday night. I don't know which group I'm going with, but I'm sure we'll be in town.
Sultana or Corbyn.
Well,
Yeah.
What's a choice for
Mark?
Well, yeah. Oh no, but we're only being divisive and splitting the party for having these concerns and raising them. Shut up! Bloody hell! What a ridiculous notion for a grassroots movement to not have debate or disagreement. The whole point is to be able to.
Well, I agree.
Yes, you agree. Right, it is time. We are done. This is the episode that we managed to squeeze in before conference. I will see you on Saturday. Jabez might see you on Sunday as well.
But we will see you next week.
But we will, yes, because you've got to talk about jury duty.
Yes.
Which will be on next week's show, and whatever helps. And then we'll have a post-conference talk on next week's show. So join us then. Right then, humanoids, until next time. We'll see you around. Bye-bye, everyone.
Goodbye.